Okay, this is a temporary setup, but it's a proof of concept. So let me first explain what happened. The potentiometer used here to adjust the temperature died. So what I've done is placed inside here is a solid state relay that can switch up to 32 amps, 280 volts. I know it's overkill, but I got that in there. And then that's being run by this 5-volt DC line controlling it here. Timer and the heating element switch still works, so I don't need to change that. Warming up some food. You'll notice there's some scarring down here from when it was overheating very badly. So let me show you what's going on over here with the circuit. So the plate keeps it nice and cool, which is good. It's quite warm over here, but this area right here is nice and cool. I have a 5 volts DC regulator. I am providing 12 volts. I could have got a 6 volt guy and that would have been close enough, but I wanted to mess around with the regulator here. Originally I was going to change this up and use a different type of setup, but so I got a 5 volt regulator here, got a bypass cap here. Eventually I'll put a heatsink on. That's not too bad. I'll put a heatsink here just for longevity. 555 timer being controlled by this pot here. I have a resistor in series with it, so I basically don't let the pulse width. So I'm doing pulse width modulation. So the maximum duty cycle is 80%, the minimum goes down to 0. I put this resistor here so that it wouldn't basically flatline. I have 2 BJTs here, emitter follower to drive the output. This is just a sink current, and this is going to my output over here. These guys over here aren't doing anything right now, it's just extra parts. So I didn't know the frequency operation of my relay until I got home. So I had to slow it down with a larger cap, so this is 1 microfarad cap here. Anyways, so I'm doing pulse width modulation to control the heater of my oven. If I turn it this way, it increases the temperature. I turn it the other way, it decreases. Right now I have it about midway just to do some warming up. Eventually what I'll do is solder this all up, put a nice little shield here, and then I'll measure the temperature and stuff like that, and I'll probably mount it on the side over here so I'll poke some holes, and then I'll mount it off on the side so it's out of the way. Not sure what I'm going to do with the wire just yet. I'll probably have to put a couple of brackets here to keep the wire out of the way. So my electric oven now has 2 outlets, which is kind of funny. I didn't want to build the 120 volt supply is in here. I didn't want to build a DC supply from that. I have done that in the past, but I didn't want to do that. So anyways, this solid state relay here being controlled by 5 volt line going to here. This guy right here is generating pulses, varying duty cycles that controls the temperature. Clock is not that constant, but when I swept it on the O-scope at school, which I'll show you guys when I rebuild it, when I swept it on the O-scope, I was getting from 0 all the way up to 80 duty cycles, so that's what's most important.